Hi, AJ Heitman here at EMS Today. Pleased to be with Brian Stroke from Zoll Medical, and it's my honor to be able to hold something that only weighs 11.7 pounds, because throughout my career I carried something that was 50 pounds. And it's amazing how technology has gone over the years, but this is a lot more than just talking about weight. The X Series, and I'm going to ask Brian to talk about it, but to my background with the X Series, it's a comprehensive remake, really, of everything that's been on the market for some time.
That's correct.
And particularly by Zoll, and it got its roots in the military.
That's correct.
And so what most of the viewers don't know is that for years, the U.S. military had stringent requirements that were taken from an existing product and made into the X Series.
Yes, that's correct.
And so tell me a couple of features about the X.
Sure. So with the X Series, it does come from that military background, and with that background is certain specifications that were required for the X Series. A drop test, certain ruggedness demanded in the EMS world, and something that can hold up over time. There are a lot of advantages to the X Series, and one of the things that we're very proud of is our CPR feedback technology. Everything from our AEDs up through our cardiac monitors offers CPR feedback.
And CPR feedback for everybody out in EMS nation out here understands that it's all about continuous compressions, it's all about staying on the chest, it's all about feedback. And so what the system does, and you can explain that, is gives us constant feedback.
That's correct. It's very important. We've seen not only that training is important for getting good CPR quality, good QA/QI techniques, but real-time feedback out in the field, so we can make sure we're addressing each and every target as we're working through that call. So for example, with our CPR stat pads, what we do is we start pressing on the patient's chest, and if you look at the monitor, we're going to get that real-time feedback showing our average depth, our average rate, the release on the chest, and then we also have a way to minimize our pause time between CPR and shock. So we've gone from that tradition 20-second pause time or greater than 20 seconds after CPR into shock to reducing that pause time to about 2 or 3 seconds, utilizing our see-through CPR on the second waveform here. Essentially what we do is we remove the artifact that we've created while doing CPR to identify the patient's underlying rhythm. That way we can anticipate that shock a lot sooner and be prepared for it.
And what's significant is an ALS provider, anyone who's using a monitor, is usually the visual clarity, whether the sunlight affects it, and so I know that the monitor has certain characteristics to it.
Absolutely, absolutely. For visibility purposes, if we do have those moments where we get a washed out screen, we can go ahead and change that background to a white background so we have better visibility. This does come from a military background, so if we had our night vision goggles on right now, we'd be seeing night vision mode.
And for tactical EMS.
And for tactical EMS, that's correct.
Because you know what? We get hurt, we get injured, we get chest pain during strenuous exercise training as well as during a real thing.
Yep, absolutely.
And of all the monitoring capabilities, I mean, mention all of the monitoring capabilities you have, not just pulse oximetry and tidal CO2, carbon monoxide detection. It's got the full gambit.
It does, it does. In fact, it can be a full-on critical care unit, including 3 invasive blood pressure reports as well as 2 temperature lines, whether we're talking surface temperature or invasive temperatures.
And I'm ashamed to tell you that throughout my whole career, I did 3 lead EKGs, but this not only does 12 lead EKGs, but gives us 4 different kind of views, right?
That's right. We do have 4 viewable channels on the screen, and when we're talking about 12 leads, a really nice feature here with the X Series is that we have 12 viewable leads on the screen. So we're looking at dynamic information. We can determine if we've got proper electrode placement, if we need to clean up the patient a little bit more to get a more accurate reading. And because this monitor does have the capability to transmit in a Wi-Fi environment, we can use the Wi-Fi to integrate not only data for our EPCR to review our calls afterwards, but also to send those transmissions up.
And as far as communications, it's a monitor that has all of the communications. No matter what your system has, it can communicate with it. And in the next horizon, where we're going to be communicating to the hospital and having the hospital communicate back to us, this has the capability to do it.
Yes, that's correct. It keeps that patient care on the field and gives us a little more direction as to where we can go with our patient.
So, you know, it's not just about size, and I hope that you come back within 2 years and I can wear this on my wrist. But for right now, for me to have the capability to just really carry this in along with the rest of my stuff, that's important to me, but it's packed with features, and I want to congratulate you on this.
Thank you, AJ.
So if the viewers want to go onto a website, where do they go?
You just need to go to www.zoll.com/X Series.
And thanks for being with us.
Thank you.